Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, it's Anelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today, we're going to ask another question related to this whole Houston Astros cheating scandal. The question is, would you cheat to win a World Series? Or at least to have the chance to win a World Series? Put that in the comment section below before we get into this. Couple things. A lot of people, because of the penalties that have come out, right? And again, I think most of you already know, but let's just talk real quick about the Astros penalties that have come out. So AJ Hinch, Jeff Luhnow, the GM and the manager, they were each suspended for a year by Major League Baseball. The Astros were fined $5 million, and then they will lose their first and second round draft picks in the next two drafts. Okay? Those were the penalties. Now, they ended up getting fired after this happened, but that wasn't a penalty from the league. Let's just talk about penalties from the league first, okay? So those are the penalties. So a lot of people have been saying to me in comments, why wouldn't you cheat? Like, those penalties are nothing, right? $5 million, what's that to a major league organization? Losing a couple of draft picks, what's that? You know, if you're a manager, whatever, you get suspended a year, like, who cares? What's that? You get a World Series title, because those titles have not been, and I don't think are going to be vacated, right? So the players, the front office, the manager, the everyone's going to have their World Series rings, and they're going to have that trophy. That trophy is going to be in Houston's building forever, right? So people are like, why wouldn't you just cheat? Why wouldn't everybody cheat if that's all the penalties are? So that's one. I've gotten that question so much. That's why I want to get into this, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on this in a second. No, it's actually interesting. I've gotten a few other people saying, like, you know, why? I don't get it. Why are they cheating? What's the big deal? It's just a game. It's just a baseball game. Like, why are we doing all this crazy stuff and risking this for a game? Well, I think as a lot of people know, there's millions and millions of dollars at stake. Your players' livelihood is at stake. Managers, not owners, they own the team, but front office people, right? Their livelihood is at stake. If you don't win, you could be fired, right? You've got a chance to be a World Series champion, something that a very small amount of people in the world can ever say, that they were World Series champions. Now, I'm not saying that you should cheat, right? I'm just saying this is the other, people saying, like, why would you cheat, right? There is an awful lot at stake. And so I get why some people might cheat, all right? Now let's get into, I'll give you my opinion of if I would do it. And I know it's hard to say because I'm not in that situation, right? It's always easier to talk about when you're not really in the middle of it. But I personally don't feel like I would cheat to win in this example. And here are the reasons why. I think the first reason, not the first, this is no particular order, but one thing is cheating isn't going to guarantee you win. Now, does it give you an advantage? Absolutely. It's going to give you an advantage. But others could potentially just cheat better than I do, right? There's other people that were cheating in the game. And, just if I cheat and everyone else cheats, well, somebody might just cheat better than me and beat me, right, at my own game. The second thing is you could just get unlucky, right? You could still cheat and still lose. Also, you got to think about the other side of the ball, like, offensively, yeah, this really helps. And at home, this really, really helps. But you still got to be able to pitch well, right? Your pitching stinks. You might still not win. You still have, base running. There's a lot of other aspects of the game. So does it help you win? Absolutely. It gives you a huge advantage. Doesn't mean that you're going to win. Okay? So that's the first thing. Just because you cheat doesn't mean you're going to win. And doesn't mean someone else isn't going to cheat better than you. Another thing is the risk of being fired. So not just being suspended, right? So AJ Hinch, Jeff Luhnow, Alex Cora. Yeah, Alex Cora hasn't actually been suspended yet, just been fired. But AJ Hinch and Luhnow were suspended, which led to their firing, which now will lead to potentially being out of the game, maybe forever. Maybe nobody wants to take a shot on these guys, right? I don't want to be involved in this cheating thing. I don't want our organization to have somebody leading us that has been known as a cheater to break the rules to go against Major League Baseball. Like, I don't want that. So you're taking a risk that, yeah, you might get your World Series title. You might. But you're not going to be, in many cases, just suspended for a year. You could be out of the game because you're probably going to get fired, and who knows if you're ever going to get back. So you're taking a huge risk. You're basically risking the rest of your career to get that, hopefully get that World Series championship. So there's a lot more at risk than just 1 year. You know, and you are costing your organization $5 million. I know it's not a lot of money, but you are hurting the organization after you get fired. Now you've hurt that organization as well, right? So that's something I think that has to be considered. I think maybe the biggest thing is just being known as a cheater. I personally don't want a World Series title if I'm going to be known as a cheater for the rest of my life. And what does that title really mean, right? Like, I had to cheat to get it. I couldn't even get it. I couldn't get it fairly. I couldn't get it honestly. To me, to basically sell my soul to get a World Series championship, like, I'm not going to do that. Some people I know will. Some people will say, yeah, that's worth it, man. I don't care if they call me a cheater, whatever. I got a title. I personally just feel like the title would be tainted. And I could never proudly show my ring or hold the trophy knowing that I didn't do it honestly. Right? I probably don't deserve to have it. And for me, I don't know, the trophy, the ring, yeah, you know, it's cool. Oh, cool hardware, yeah. But knowing deep down that I didn't get it fairly, I just don't feel like it would mean very much to me. Forever, people are going to say, yeah, you got a ring, but you cheated. That's my personal thoughts on it. The reasons why I don't think that I would be able to go that far, step over the line and cheat, even being able to, you know, to call myself a World Series champion and do something that really no one, very, very few people in the world ever get to say. I just don't think it's worth it. And I don't think it's very meaningful or anywhere close to as meaningful as it should be to be the best in your field. So that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below, again, what you would do. Would you be willing to cheat to get your World Series championship, or would you not? And again, I know it's a tough question because none of us are really sitting there and have that opportunity in front of us. But I would still be interested to hear what you guys have to say. So that's all we have. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video with all your friends. Give it a thumbs up. All that good stuff. And we'll talk to you later.